Managers here to our right, you can see a pocket of Albion supporters, a lot of them talking on social media about the fact some wouldn't make the journey today, given that there was problems with the trains and replacement buses today, and the prices which were put out, which were a lot more than match days, a lot over the £30 cap that the Premier League put on away tickets. So that was a factor. And then to my left, the Stretford end, there are flags flying in a packed out Old Trafford here, of course, as Darren Fletcher takes charge of his first home game as interim manager. Mad time here recently, but just finally on the Albion, Warren Aspinall. This is what they've been. They've had so much success in the last few years, Europe, but the trophy's the one they really want, isn't it? It's this time of year every year that the fans start to dream of that.
Well, yeah, you know it's coming up in January, don't we? Now in the established Premier League side, and we've been in those rounds in round 1 and 2. But now, from January, you expect a good cup run. Okay, for me, if you have to beat the best to get to the cup final anyway, don't you? So that's knock one of the favourites out of it early doors and carry on. But we'll see what this side can do.
We're on BBC Sounds as well today. You can get us on there, take us out and about. It is FA Cup action, third round. Manchester United against Brighton and Hove Albion in the company of the former Seagull striker Warren Aspinall and Johnny Cantor.
Thanks very much indeed. What an FA Cup weekend we've had already, but what's in store this afternoon? Can the Seagulls throw off the shackles of their FA Cup history against Manchester United and secure their first ever win against them in this competition? Fabian Hertzler, he certainly wants to rewrite history in terms of the football club. Can the team go out there and perform on the biggest stage? It's third round cup weekend. It's always special, and I think we may have something special in store for you this afternoon. We talked already about the team news. 6 changes for the Seagulls. Danny Welbeck starts, Steele comes in goal, Buscaglia and Coppola get the nod in the centre of defence. Lit out today, Danny Welbeck, the former Manchester United striker, first out of the tunnel as the players shake hands. So it's Steele in goal, Veltman, Coppola, Buscaglia and Kadioglu at the back. Gomez and Hinshelwood in the midfield, Gruder, Gross and Ruta supporting Danny Welbeck. On the subs bench, Verbruggen, Dunk, Van Hecke, Watson, Kostulas, he's back, Mitoma, Ayari, Tasker and Howell. So no Maxim de Kuyper and no Yankuba Minte. As for United, they of course have the interim manager Darren Fletcher in charge. He's made 3 changes from the 2-2 draw against Burnley. It's Lamans in goal, Dallo, Yoro, Martinez and Dorgu in their back 4. Mainu and Ugarte in the central areas. No Casemiro, he's on the bench. Mount, Fernandes and Cunha supporting 2-goal hero Šeško up front. Their subs by Ndir, the goalkeeper, Maguire, Xerxes, Malacia, Casemiro, Heaven, the 2 Fletcher brothers and Lacey. Well, Warren, you used to sit in a seat or stand in a seat just over to our left-hand side. It's always a special atmosphere. Albion have got to quell that this afternoon, haven't they? And make sure they can bring the anxiety and the tension by a good first 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, you need to keep this crowd quiet and they turn on the players. When I was in that Stretford end, come 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, there was no seats. It was just what stopped you panning down from the back to the front was little bars across, and you'd swing along and you'd be made up, lots of paper thrown up in the air like the Argentinian days.
Yeah. In the 70s World Cup, remember it well, Kempes and Luque.
Yeah.
But also a mention of the Albion fans to our right as well, because they've made the trip up to Manchester, or some of them are doing it twice in a matter of 5 days, so well done to them, and hopefully they will be rewarded by a performance and a historic result as well. Plenty of positives to come out of the midweek game at Manchester City, Warren. Yes, he's made changes, but that's always a good vibe to have in the camp going into another big game.
Of course it is, and that result had to bring confidence out of the players who were involved in that game, because it was a tremendous performance in my eyes. And you have to go forward in this game and take the game to Man United again. Man United are up and down, aren't they? They just sacked their manager, they've got interim manager in charge, we've got players today who have not performed at the highest level to wear the Man United shirt. But straight away the manager left hand ring, there's about 4 of them come out like Lazarus, didn't they? Unbelievable.
Right, well, we're ready to go. No VAR today. Simon Hooper is our referee. He blows his whistle, and we're underway at Old Trafford in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Jason Steele launching it long. Great performer. Had a couple of clean sheets, didn't he, in the first 2 rounds of the League Cup earlier this season, so he'll be looking for another this afternoon as well. As Albion lose possession, Martinez, the centre-back, playing it into a tight space, but good play by Kobbie Mainoo. And then allowing Cunha to take over. And it looks like Gomez is on the left, Gruder on the right, Hinshelwood and Gross in the middle, and Ruta and Welbeck playing in tandem up front in the initial stages. Keep our eyes on that one in terms of the setup and the way that Albion play. Of course, it is quite flexible, because you certainly know with the midfield that Albion have, they can do that. Floated ball over to the left-hand side. Dorgu now at left-back. No Luke Shaw for Manchester United today, and back into the central area, deep inside the Manchester United half. Lenny Yoro with those long dreadlocks, placing it back there to Senna Lamans, who's been a good signing actually for United.
I'm just watching their formation when they're going two against 2 midfield, Gross and Hinshelwood against Ugarte and Mane. But the problem's going to be for me is who's going to pick up Fernandes. Yeah. He's just gone short there. The centre-backs didn't know whether to go with him or not. If one of them goes with him, you're leaving one on one. Sesko's leaving one against one. Is it Boscogli going, or is it Popper going? It's a dangerous game to play with Fernandes playing in that hole.
He already has got no one around him for 10 yards, and that is a concern. I think you're absolutely right, Warren. Eagle-eyed as ever, expert analysis from the former Seagull striker of BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey.
They can find him, Johnny, and he gets on the ball. He's got 10 yards of space to turn.
Yeah, he wants to get forward. It's an early ball to Dow. It looked like he was offside. There's no flag, but he takes it forward. It's a brilliant save by Jason Steele. No flag, and there's no VAR. It would have counted. Onto the edge of the box. Mount being pushed back there by Gomez. First attempt from United on the attack again, dragged back to towards the edge of the box, but Ruta drops back in to help out defensively. He gets it out wide to the right hand side to Gruder, takes it across his own pitch and causes problems, into trouble, and the shot from Dalot goes over the bar. Well, that was self-inflicted by Albion there for the early ball. I thought it was offside, but we may get a replay. We'll have to wait and see. But Albion very thankful to Jason Steele, who's made the first save of the game. It was a bending run. He was onside. It's the right decision by the referee's assistant on the replay, and Steele straight into the action.
You very rarely get him wrong, Johnny. These lines from now, they're put together with the pace, but we get away with it. I mean, we try to run across our own pitch, our own half with Gruder on the ball. He gets taken off him, but Gomez has to be switched on. If your fullback's running, you have to be switched on and go with him. That's just laziness.
Out to the left-hand side, and Kadioglu. Now Gross nearly caught in possession by Fernandes. 2 experienced players up against each other there as Gomez tries to flick it on into the Manchester United half, but Yoro there nearly playing Lisandro Martinez into a few problems. A little back pass there, Steele out of his area quickly to deny Benjamin Šeško. But it's a bright start from the home team, which is concerning for the Seagulls, but they will have a throw as the ball's blasted out for a throw on that right hand side for the Seagulls.
Well, we've been playing 3 minutes, Johnny. This game ends 0-0. I'll be very, very surprised.
You're not going to eat your hat?
No, I forgot it today.
Well,
like I say,
it's very open, that's for sure already, and we say sometimes games are like cup games. Well, this one's certainly started like that. Just 4 minutes gone, and United have had 2 chances already. Sitting deep is Kobbie Mainoo, bypassing Ruta very comfortably. And they're also very narrow. Gomez is 30 yards in field, and he's pointing out wide to say who's picking up Dalot. Well, he's coming in and taking Mount. That means that Kadioglu's got to drift out, and that communication not quite there at the moment as Dalot drives it across the pitch, finding Dorgu, who's got the gloves on. Takes it midway through the Albion half. Little square ball there, and wants the return of Cunha, but Dorgu blocked off there by Brian Gruder. Free kick for United.
You can just sense, Johnny, this right hand side of Man United's, is they don't switch on very quickly. Kadioglu is okay as a left back, but as a left winger, Gomez, you don't know to go pick up Mason Mount and leave. But they were both picking up Mason Mount there. He sucked them both in, and then lots of space for Derby. So
absolutely.
And now on the other side, he just switches it, a quick 1-2, and Gruder gets outdone. He has to bring the man down.
Well, Cunha's quite happy to come inside, isn't he? And that releases the chance for Dorgu. He's desperate to go forward, isn't he?
That's how we want to play, Johnny, isn't it? When we play with our wide players.
Yeah, but they're not in the team today. Tomer on the bench, Minte absent from this game. Free kick then right out on the left touchline. A yard in, and it's squared. Dorgu with a chance, not much of an angle, and he took it too far. Hinshelwood brings him down. Another free kick. At least he went towards him there, Jack Hinshelwood. It's to snuff out any danger. Already today, Leeds have beaten Derby by 3-1. Big victory for Arsenal away at Fratton Park against Portsmouth, 4-1. And unfortunately, Albion's women lost 2-1, having led in that game at Aston Villa. And they return back to the WSL, losing by 2-1. Here it's 0-0. Another dangerous position, Manchester United with a free kick, 13 yards outside the box, just to the left of centre. And it's that man, Bruno Fernandes, who plays it short, gets it back. The strike is on target, and it's Steele to the rescue again. Full stretch on his left-hand side, and it bounced just before him as well. It's a terrific save. Albion under huge pressure in the opening 5 minutes.
Well, he's played that ball, Johnny. 5 yards to 2 Maino, he stopped it, and then ran 5 yards, right? And nobody slows it down, more or less. A free shot.
Yeah, they've got to be more alert, haven't they, than that. Here's the corner, left-footed to the back post. Missed, it's gone wide. United fans around us thought that it was heading into the far corner. I think maybe he's given a free kick there, Simon Hoover just trying to indicate whether it's a free kick or goal kick, but either way, the danger has been averted, but it's a wobbly first 6-7 minutes for the Albion. And Jason Steele proving his worth, first saving with his feet against Dalot, and then there denying Fernandes' shot, stretching out wide.
It's a free header, isn't it, back post?
He's drilled that down the middle of the pitch. Welbeck wins the header, Ruta takes over, 3-on-3 momentarily. It's back to Gomez, who made the run and nicked off in there by Ugarte. Maybe could have pulled the trigger a little bit quicker. Sometimes we see this, teams dominate and then another team goes up the other end, and Albion nearly with a presentable opportunity, but they do have a corner.
That's right. We need to be like that, Johnny, on the front foot, break quickly. Cunha would want to track back, does he? And Mason Mount probably want to track back. So if you can break that first press, Fernandes as well and Sesko, then you're at this Man United back four. They're not the best at the moment. It's back four of Man United's.
No, and it keeps changing as well. It's a relatively fragile defence. So here, Albion's first corner from the left-hand side, sent into the penalty spot. Not clear, little deflection. Veltman plays it back, and the shot is blocked. Kadioglu trying to get to the second ball. Buda trying to wiggle away from his marker. Back to Coppola. Gross trying to take over. Maybe he'll be able to give them a little bit of direction and marshal things from deep. Into the feet of Ruta on the corner of the box. Pretty well to show his strength there, Jorginho Ruta, but eventually muscled out, and it's hoiked high into the sky by Mateus Cunha.
Well, Martinez there.
There's no width though, is there, on this left-hand side one? Sorry.
No, Martinez there, he was just holding on to Ruta. The referee, I'll be asking the questions about the referee there if the next time. So look, he's holding on me. Just making me aware, the referee, that what's happened.
Steele just carving that one to the left touchline, and unfortunately the rather diminutive figure of Ferdi Kadioglu can't rise high enough to keep it in play. And Darren Fletcher, the interim manager, he certainly looks the part down there in the technical area with the sharp black trousers and a black overcoat. Fabian Hertzler in the tracksuit, shouting his instructions from the sidelines. Lammens has it, the Belgian goalkeeper, all at his feet. Sign from Royal Antwerp. Over to the right hand side, and Dalot, who is well hassled there by Gomez, who tries to get the ball quickly, but as we know, the run off here at Manchester United, it's very steep indeed, and he can't retrieve it quickly, so he'll leave it for Ferdi Kadioglu to take. Nice turn by Ruta, past his man, trying to get in down to the byline, covering tackle, goal kick, because it came off the Albion player. Simon Hooper said it took a touch. He had a pretty good view of it. I certainly feel that Martinez has had something extra to the Manchester United defence on his return, Warren, but they still at times, they do offer up chances.
Yeah, I think what he's offered the calmness, Johnny. Good from playing out from the back. He's calm under pressure. I know he's not the biggest, but I think he's a very good defender.
Straight down the middle of the pitch from United, offside against Seshko. Albion will have a free kick, and they've just settled a little bit now, Albion, 10 minutes into this first half after those early opportunities for United.
It's, well, again, a little bit of all of the balls on it at the moment, but there you go, it's a great pass.
Buscagli right across the pitch, right into the feet of Gruder. Lovely delivery from the Frenchman. Gruder back there to Hinshelwood. Dwelt on it a little bit too long, so he has to retreat, but just steering it along the ground, left-footed to Steele again. What a story Jason Steele is in terms of his footballing career. Back there to Hinshelwood, he's in the midfield, visits it across there to Kadioglu, who's finally got some space on this left-hand side, and he's got support in the middle as well. Rolls it forward, Welbeck back to goal, now turns onto his left foot, dinks it over the top of the keeper, the header from Ruta cleared off the line, but finished by Brian Gruder. 11 minutes into this first half, Albion looking sharper after the early onslaught from United, and Brian Gruder fires home from close range. Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Hinshelwood, first of all, great pass out, Buscagli to Gruder, pass it back to Hinshelwood, Hinshelwood swings it back out to Kadioglu. Great run from Daniel Welbeck, great bit of skill to shimmy down to the line. He crosses it for Ruta, who's a poor header, played off the line, and it's fell to Gruder, who's put it in the back of the net. What a start.
Well, we were saying, weren't we, teams dominate early on, but then suddenly things can change very rapidly. We said they looked a little bit fragile. Lovely little turn from Danny Welbeck, Warren, and to take it down then on his wrong foot, left-footed, to just chip it back into a dangerous area.
It's a great ball out from Hinshelwood. Kadioglu driving at the full-back, which that's what we want. Danny Welbeck, great run, but what a bit of skill. Send us two defenders. I'll have a meat and potato, please, and the other one wants a steak. Sending for the pies, and it's a poor miss for me. Yeah, it's good defending, but felt lucky enough for Ruta.
Ruta would have been frustrated that he didn't see it go into the back of the net. It was cleared off the line, but there was Gruder to take up the mantle. Gruder now forward to Ruta, but there's a foul earlier. Referee trying to play the advantage, but it'll be a free kick for the Seagulls.
Yeah, Martinez there couldn't clear it quite off the line, could he?
They got these more of a block, really, wasn't it, than a clearance. So
I always said Fletcher used to have a picture on his face was always worried when he used to play. He's even more worried now.
Absolutely. Albion with the goal in the 12th minute here at Old Trafford. BBC Radio, Sussex and BBC Radio, and on BBC Sounds today, the FA Cup third round live on your BBC local radio station and online. Here's Buscagli, another ball, great ball from him, and Welbeck giving chase, but didn't quite have the electrifying pace of maybe yesteryear, and Lamins was out there.
I'll tell you what, Buscagli's got some clubs in his bag, hasn't he, today?
He certainly has.
That was a little 7-iron chip over the top, unlucky. But he had the driver out early, didn't he, for Gruder? Great ping.
Golf commentary available from Warren Aspinall, as well as football. Oh, and that's a bad pass. It's gone to Welbeck. Welbeck underneath the keeper. Ruta to follow up, and he sent it over the bar, but he was offside anyway. Really, Welbeck should have doubled Albion's lead there. It's a terrible clearance by the keeper. Maybe he was unsighted, but he literally placed it into the path of Welbeck. He tried to tuck it underneath Lamins. He got a touch, it bounced up, and forward came Ruta. Yeah, he plays it in. Ruta is offside, but really, I think Welbeck should have buried it.
I think you can say it's a good save from Lamins in the end, but it's a chance that you should be taking. But Ruta should be punishing it anyway, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's offside. Well, here come United trying to respond, but Albion deal with it in the left corner. Scaggy into Gross out to Kadioglu, just sending it up the line towards Danny Welbeck, who looked like a little nudge there from Euro, but not enough to present a free kick. Danny Welbeck, who didn't win the FA Cup with Manchester United, he won the League Cup. He has won the FA Cup twice with Arsenal, but not with this football club. But now he wants to win it with the Seagulls. The ball was rolling there as they try and take the free kick quickly. Ugarte will have to do it all over again. But big moment, you feel, Warren. You go 2-0 up with only 15 minutes gone.
Well, his ex-manager's in the not far from us, Johnny. It's Sir Alex Ferguson, and sat next to him there is Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt. I don't know what they'll be thinking at the moment.
No. And he's such a presence at the football club. Some people say it may be a hindrance rather than a help. There's a ball in between the two Albion centre-backs. The Sesh goes in, tries to lob Steele, but didn't get enough height or power in it, and it's comfortable for the Albion keeper. Probably should have done better there, Seshko.
Well, it's a missed opportunity, I think.
It's quite an easy lob, really.
Yeah.
Steele was quite well positioned, kept his eye on it, and Albion still lead by a goal to 0. He missed it a little bit early. It was Brian Gruder who took the chance. Welbeck with another in this first quarter of an hour. Forward ball, and Fernandez will go and scoop it up down by the left corner flag. Coppola tracking him, and Veltman just whacks it out of play. Good to see Joel Veltman back as well. Fair bit of experience in this side with Veltman, Gross and Welbeck. And United have it, left side. Slid square there to Cunha, who shoots. Plenty of power in that one, but it's always rising. Steele didn't really need to make the save. He was conscious that it was going to head over into those supporters behind the goal. And it remains Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Yeah, he's just giving the ball away a little bit there, Johnny. First Gruder, and Veltman just knocking it into the stand. He could have knocked it further down the line, taking a quick throw in, and in the end they got the shot away.
Steele to the left side. Yoro winning that header, just getting in front of Danny Welbeck. Gross thought he'd left that one to go out of play. Looked to the referee's assistant, who said no. Angle ball there in by Skaggley to Hinshelwood. Now back to Steele inside his 18-yard box, drilling it low along the ground to Ruta. First touch from him. Gomez doesn't get it under control. Goes up high. Gross tries to join him. Now been trying to nick in there via Gruder, who's done well to rob it off Cunha. Now needs to drive up the pitch if he can, but Cunha tries to recover and did well there to win it back, but concedes the throw. That's what we want to see from Brian Gruder, battling as well as the creative stuff, the scoring the goals and everything. You want to see him working hard defensively as well.
So that was a great pass from Steele there. Ruta wasn't ready for it, I don't think. He battled for it in the end. Should have worked on that to feet.
Yeah, well, it's an age-old thing, and a few people were questioning the fact that Fabian Hürzeler dropped Barbara Bruggen, but one thing you say about Jason Steele, he's probably got the best delivery from his feet of any Albion keeper that, certainly in my time covering the football club.
I'll tell you what, he's got maybe a couple of outfield players as well, Johnny. I'm counting on that.
Yes, I think you're right. The ball's been put out because there's an injury to Manchester United player Dorgu, who's down, so you're not missing any action. I think it's a really good one. Of course, you must remember that Roberto De Zerbi used to flip-flop, didn't he, between the two? I never used to know who was going to be in goal from one week to the next. A goal at the London Stadium. West Ham 2, QPR 1. That's in extra time there. 98th minute. Castellanos, the new signing, may have got Nuno Espirito Santo out of a bit of a hole there. Maybe it's just a matter of time. So much movement in the manager market as Gomez fails to get that one under control, then brings down his man free kick.
So
quite happened for him today.
Great pass from the keeper again. The first touch is very poor, Gomez.
Yeah, it was a lovely little low 3-iron that time from Steele.
My 3-irons go up in the air, Johnny.
Well, mine just don't. None of my shots go in the air. Here's Gross pushing United back inside their own half. On forward into that left slot as Mainu tries to drive them up the pitch. Dropping deep is Fernandez, asking for the ball and getting it. And then he does the crossfield ball. Mount trying to keep it in, but he's at full stretch, doesn't get there. Best delivery there by the Manchester United captain. Danny Welbeck captaining the side for the Seagulls today. With no Lewis Dunk, he's on the bench today. 6 changes made by Fabian Hürzeler. And despite having to concede a couple of opportunities in the first 10 minutes, they lead by a goal to 0. Here's Yoro, straying forward and being dragged back there by Gomez, but not spotted by the referee. It's all a little bit tight, bouncing around there. Mount trying to bring an element of calm as Mainu gets beyond Gross, now flips out wide. Dorgu goes down the left side of the box. Veltman goes with him. Gruder trying to double up, but it's pulled back and a chance for a cross, curled in, back post. Always leaning back there, Cunha couldn't direct it back on target, goal kick. So, we've played 20 minutes of this first half one. I think Fabian Herzl will be very pleased, particularly with the scoreline.
Definitely pleased with the scoreline. They've gone off the boil a little bit, and it's all because of the balls in from Steele to players' feet. We just mentioned the touch, they have to be better. Keeps bouncing off Gomez, he needs to get it under control, because every time it goes into Gomez it's a 50-50 challenge after, isn't it? He needs to instantly get it under control.
Well, Warren said that there was absolutely, he wasn't going to eat his hat, but he said it was very unlikely that we'd have a 0-0 today, and we've already had one in the first 20 minutes. We could well have had three, I'd say. Three very, very good opportunities for both sides. That's Jason Steele helping the Seagulls out at one end. There's a free kick there, and an Albion player goes down. A foul on Brian Gruder.
Handball, I think, Johnny, from Yoro.
Simon Hooper in quickly. It's interesting, no VAR. They're looking for a bit of consistency on there, but as you say, generally the referee's assistants are very, very good, especially when you get the elite Darren Kahn and the such like. But today we have Adrian Holmes and Simon Long, very experienced referees' assistants in
like
play
say,
today.
Surprisingly, they don't use it because it's going to be used for the future, isn't it?
Yeah, so, and it's the latter stages, isn't it? It will be used, but at the moment it isn't. Here Albion have a free kick, right of centre, midway through the United half. Gross to take, cross the goal, headed away there by Yoro, driven back in, just off target from Veltman. Well, he might have a taste for goals now, Joel Veltman. But I mentioned it before, chatting to Robin before kick-off, Warren. Pascal Gross taking over a few duties on set pieces. No surprises there.
No, rightly so, John. His delivery's excellent. Again, he's unlucky with that one, nobody attacking it, but he just say, go well, lads, I'm taking these set plays.
Yeah, he can command that respect, a bit like Fernandez. Sesko going in behind offside. Well, I wonder whether he's just pushing that little bit further, knowing that there is no VAR today, Sesko, but he has been caught offside twice. Inchwood sitting deep. He's got Coppola still with that bandage on his left arm. Into Gruder. Gruder was a bit lucky there and it's fell for him, but he dragged his man back there apparently, according to the referee. Maybe a bit harsh.
Again, you have to be more protective of the ball.
Yeah. Earlier today, Hearts beat Dundee to maintain their lead at the top of the Premier League. Tony Bloom will be pleased with that, and he'll be pleased with the scoreline so far today as well. Rangers leading Aberdeen by 1-0. God, it must be cold up there. Northern Scotland. There's snow up north. Now they've gone down the left, United. An onside there, Fernandez, but Veltman getting his body into a good little position there. Goes out for a corner.
You know what? I thought you were going to give a free kick there, Johnny. And do you know what? He's looked at the player and gone, he does that quite often, Veltman. He can go against you, can't he? When players do things like in games. I think that's gone against him.
Yeah, I think he's saying he pushed me twice, but he did give him a little nudge. But here's the corner from the left-hand side. Curled in right on the line, and Steele comes and claims magnificently. He's asked everyone's questions in terms of his inclusion today, and Ruta trying to get it up there to Gruder, but wasn't an accurate enough pass there for the German. Pascal Gross said he can help Brian Gruder get to the elite level. His compatriot. Square ball into Mainu. Mainu being pushed back there by Pascal Gross. Now Darlow going in field of Diego Gomez up to Cunha. Gomez allowing far too much space there, and Cunha across the face of goal. Coppola sends it high up into the sky and behind his crossbar. Another corner, this time down the right, but really Gomez shouldn't be allowing United to get down this near side.
No, again it's a good run, but Darlow's just knocked inside and got on the end of his own pass more or less, hasn't he? Three players out for Brighton, and it's 1 against 1 for Coppola, and it's only going to be one winner there, I think. He's got his crossing, but again, Pascal, he's a good defending, Johnny. Got it away.
Yeah, he did. Goal. Tricky positioning as well, isn't it, when you're slightly towards your own goal, but here is the corner.
They got around the back in the first one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Free header at the back, Yarrow.
They've got 5 players towards the back post. Mount is trying to stand close to Steele on his goal line, and it does go to the back post, and Coppola is there with the first header. Ruda tries to win the second, it's back towards the Albion goal. Touched off there by Sesko, but he goes behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0 to the Seagulls. 20 minutes remaining of this first half on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Elsewhere, wins for Leeds, Arsenal and now Mansfield, who have beaten Chris Wilder's Sheffield United by 4-3. Easy win for Norwich, 5-1 winners over Walsall. West Ham leading QPR by 2-1. They're also in extra time at Swansea, who are drawing 1-1 with West Brom. Goalless between Hull and Blackburn. Those are the other games in the third round. One game coming up tomorrow. Liverpool take on Barnsley. Here's Gomez threading it through there for Gruder, but Dorgu too strong.
Yeah, but you have to know your players, don't you? A foot race, Gruder, Dorgu. I think Dorgu's going to win it all the time, isn't he?
Well, we said there was a lack of width, but Gruder has been quite effective on that right side, and of course got the goal for the Seagulls in this first half. I wanted them to quieten the crowd down, and Albion have been successful in that. So important first goal. It's talked about Manchester City's run of scoring first. But, United coming forward now, over halfway on the left side. Gruder trying to get back into position. Angled ball in there to Šeško, takes it away from Coppola. Skagli decides to go over to that right side and help out Dorgu. Back down the line, Kobe Mainu keeps it in by the byline. Veltman shepherd him in and back towards his own goal. Into the box, missed there by Ruta, the shot. Great block by Buscagli. Tremendous defending there by the Frenchman. Then Gruder gives it straight back, but Ruta wins it once more. Those two battling over the far side to try and get Albion out of trouble. Trying to play it up the line, comes back with interest. In the right back slot is Veltman. Veltman, he's been able to get a bit more distance with the clearance, but still dealt with on that occasion there by the defence, and Ugarte covering across. Very open. Dallo trying to take it beyond Kadioglu, but Kadioglu did well, anticipated. Then plays it up to Welbeck, who's on halfway. Gomez to the left, Ruta through the middle, Gruder on the right. Kadioglu feeds it out to Gruder, who's got plenty of space, can maybe size up across there. Welbeck wants it at the back post, it's not going to come. It will now from Hinshelwood. Leaping is Welbeck, but it's headed to the edge of the box, and Fernandez trying to squeeze it in there, and he gets it out and beats the other Albion number 8, and it goes out to Cunha on the far side.
We have to do better there in possession, don't we, Johnny?
Yeah. Good, they're in a good position, aren't they? The ball was a bit floaty from Hinshelwood, wasn't it?
Well, Drude had the opportunity to put it in first of all.
Yeah.
Pass the ball and give it to Hinshelwood.
You could see Welbeck waving away, just stick it back, stick, and I'll attack it. I think he thinks he's got the better of these defenders. I mean, Yoro's decent in the air, but yeah, I certainly feel Welbeck wanting to score against his former club. He scored in the Premier League earlier this season in the 4-2 defeat. Bavis Kostoulas came off the bench to score the second Albion goal in that 4-2 defeat.
The king.
Cunha goes down under pressure from Buscagli. Free kick just in front of the centre circle inside the Albion half.
It's a great flick from Ruta, first of all, but then Gomez has to get all of it, not flick it back.
It just doesn't seem to stick with Gomez, does it?
No.
His first touch, I mean, he's pacey, so he sometimes makes bad touches and recovers, but
sometimes when he's going to meet the ball, he needs to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? It's so much more difficult. Well, I don't know. You know. Yeah, if just give yourself a little bit of time to half a second to just steady yourself and be able to control it that little bit better. I've been trying to thread it through in a triangle on halfway, but dispossessed, and Dorgu presenting it forward there for Cunha. Cunha trying to take on Coppola. A big Italian applauded by his head coach, and the ball goes out for a throw. Rangers 2-0 up against Aberdeen now. Manuel Fernandez has got the second goal there in the Scottish Premiership. Here with 60 minutes of normal time in this first half remaining. Albion leading by that first half goal from Brian Gruder. And Mount's hovered out on this right side. He's making the angled run, but wasn't seen early enough there by Ugarte. Kadioglu staying central, but keeping one eye over his left shoulder. now wanting to make that run, but instead they've gone into the middle, and Cunha has it, allowed to turn back to Fernandes, nudges it 5 yards there to Dalot. Dalot thought about a shot, instead takes it out wide. Mount, second chance to cross, comes off Pascagli's left foot, then Gomez tries to clear. Gross trying to play it up there, thought there was a handball by Ugarte, but referee says play on. Curling ball in, headed away by Veltman. Now Gruder leaves it for Ruter. Gruder can get his head up here, he might be able to get Albion forward, instead runs into a little bit of traffic. It comes back for Hinshelwood, he slides it along the ground to Gross. Gross down the left to Kadioglu. Kadioglu, left side of the box, pulls it back there for Gross, curling it in towards Ruter. Oh, and just bounced up on him there. I felt he was just being held back by Dorgu.
I think initially Johnny did very well to just stand there and not use his strength to not allow Dorgu to go nick it off him. He just couldn't reach it and bring it under control.
Yeah, getting some good positions, Jorginho Ruter, maybe favouring this position. The second goal from Rangers has been disallowed, so back to 1-0 as it is here. Hinshelwood coming all the way back towards his halfway line. Now Coppola stepping in. Signed from Hellas Verona. Quite a few times for Italy's under-21s, but now a senior international, as is Pascal Gross, threading it forward. Lovely ball. Kadioglu drills it to the edge of the box. Cleared away by United. The flag was up offside. Delightful ball by Gross. I'd like to see that one again. Maybe Kadioglu went too early, I don't know, but that's the sort of passing, the vertical passes that Pascal Gross provides. It's tight.
It's really offside though, that's what I mean. These linesmen, John.
Yeah, they're very good, aren't they? They don't need to go to Specsavers, do they? Other opticians are available, of course. Here's Mason Mount. Welbeck covering back.
Good work from Danny Welbeck there. I think Kadioglu started off where he finished against Man City. Excellent once again, Johnny.
Yeah, if he plays like this for the rest of the season, he'll be up for player of the season, I think, really. The consistency with which he's played. Still a long way to go, of course, and Albion hoping to have plenty more fixtures in this FA Cup if they can get through here in the third round. Reached the fourth round in the last 4 years.
Referee, please.
A soft one on the foul bar on Fernandes, holding his back there.
Pascal goes telling him no.
Yeah. A quick word there with Simon Hooper to just remind him. It was quite a long way from play, Simon Hooper. Doesn't tend to. He tends to go down the frozen rope, straight down the middle of the pitch. I'm going to get him hitting it.
Reminds me towards the end of my career. Centre circle.
Yeah, well, you can do a lot of damage from there. Here come United trying to do a bit of damage through the middle of the pitch inside the Albion half. Kobe Mainu. He's had a decent start to this game. Coming into the team. Dorgu down the left. Trying to get the return down that left hand side. Out comes Steele, blocks with his feet, spins up in the air. Veltman hoists it out for a throw to not allow Manchester United to have a corner on that occasion, but Steele coming out quickly again.
Yeah, it's great anticipation from Steele there. You have to go with your runner though. That's Martinez, Johnny.
Yeah.
Left centre back getting in behind.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a concern now. We've had a few holes in their defence. Here's Cunha trying to find another one. Out to Dalot. Dalot pulls it back. Cunha thought about swinging it in. Goes onto his left foot. Tried to square it to Fernandes. Picked up by Yoro now. Now Fernandes edge of the box onto his left foot. And it's played back there by Veltman to the keeper. The left-footed shot was deflected. Steele trying to go straight and long very quickly to find Ruter, but the two Manchester United defenders deal with it.
But if you're alive, you pick that second ball up.
Yeah, here's Fernandes, bit of space, trying to pick out Šeško. Doesn't control it. Decent enough delivery into his feet, but it'll be a goal kick.
Fernandes walking around, his head's going to blow off, isn't it? He's fuming.
In just the last 5 minutes though, Warren, he's picked up little pockets of space, which is a danger, I think, for me. He had that left-footed shot on the edge of the box as well that did hit the arm of Pascagli, but it was tight in.
You can get the right pass here, 4 against 4.
Yeah, Albion with 4 players just on the halfway line. Steele has it, decides to go to the middle of the pitch. Gomez trying to help out Welbeck, comes off Welbeck's chest, but Gomez had gone forward. It should have fallen back for him, but Gross with a good tackle there. Kadioglu into the feet of Gomez. Now Ruter onto Gruder. Gruder Couple of touches to turn and spin, waiting for Veltman on the outside. Now he charges into the box, lays it off. Veltman sticks up the cross, back post. Arriving there is Ferdi Kadioglu, but the header away by Dallo towards the corner flag. Guided back there for Gross. Now Buscagli, he's got good delivery, but that one drifting away towards the back post will be allowed to... Oh, there's a little slip there by Dorgu, and Gruder goes across, keeps it in play. Albion can revive this. Gruder now thinking to get onto his left foot, just back there to Veltman. Veltman now with the little return. Gruder once more, bundled off the ball a little bit too easily, over the top. Šeško running, out comes Jason Steele, who cushions his header out wide to Veltman. Well positioned, good anticipation again from Steele. Again it's given away. Gruder losing the ball twice on a couple of occasions there. Needs to be stronger if he can.
Yeah, initially I thought it was a foul, Johnny, but wasn't given. I think the referee was going to blow. I thought it was going to blow because it's a long way up there, 25-30 yard sprint.
Sent along there by Fernandes, trying to get Dallo in behind. Gomez's header goes straight up in the air. Need to go away from goal really if you can, and that's exactly what Pascal Gross does, and tells Gomez to go and fetch it. He won't get there first though, Yoro will.
Good play, good shape. Well done Gomez, closing the person down, then Welbeck came and helped him out. That's what you need, work together, not singularly.
Yoro chipping the ball into the middle. Buscagli wins the header, get it away from Šeško. Hinchelwood gives it straight back there in a bad position. Simple-ish pass through middle. Go United. Mount trying to get on the ball, taking it away from Veltman. I mean, trying to push them wide. Dorgu inside the box left side, pulls it back. Fernandes wasn't sure whether Ruta was coming towards him, and again Gruder did well there to poke it away. Little toe poke, but then Ruta gives it back. They're just giving it straight back to United here. There's an offside on the right flank. I think Šeško might have drifted far too far forward, and Albion would be very relieved there because they kept giving possession back to United.
2 or 3 occasions there, people trying to run it out, trying to play a first time when you could have got hold of it. Hinchelwood's one, Gomez a second. You take care. If it has to go into the opponent's half, it has to go. But clear your lines.
Brian Guru's goal in the 12th minute still the difference here in this FA Cup third round tie. There have been a lot of other chances. Welbeck had an opportunity. Manchester United in the first 10 minutes. Fernandes and Dallo with 2 good opportunities. Šeško could have lobbed Steele but never got the loft on the ball either, so certainly could have had more than the 1 goal in this game so far, but I don't think we've seen the last of the goals today, as Dorgu given loads of time and space. Mainu operating deep, but he's got opportunity to get on the ball. Now out over to the right side, Ugarte given away. Coppola now picks it up for the Seagulls. White boots to match his white bandage on his arm, Jamie Vardy style. Here's Steele, left-footed to Kadioglu, closed down by Dallo, and then fouled by Dallo. Took the whack there, Ferdi Kadioglu. It was a difficult start, but
they've worked hard, Brighton, off the ball, Johnny, because they keep giving away, don't they? So they have to go and work hard back. Save your energy, lads.
Yeah, because it's a long afternoon. Gruder pinging it in too hard and off target, tries to make amends and win it back, which he does. Now Veltman laying it out there. Gruder just trying to take on maybe one too many players at times. It's Hinchelwood looking for options to the left, but it's a little bit more narrow. Kadioglu now drifting out wide on the left. Buscagli has it on halfway. Left-footed, lovely left peg. Always looking for forward options. And he's found Welbeck with a delightful ball down the left channel. Now out to Kadioglu. Kadioglu wanting to attack on the angle. Goes on the outside, drills it in, deflected. Uja tries to bring it down with his left foot. Cleared. Veltman again into Hinchelwood. Now Welbeck with the opportunity. Ran it too far. Flicks it off there. Gruder to the byline. And Welbeck just into the side netting. Always running away from goal and into the advertising hoardings behind the goal at the Stretford end. And it remains 1-0 to the Seagulls.
That's where we're good, aren't we? Trying to move the ball around the box very quickly. A little interplay. Just runs away, doesn't it, from Welbeck. Just can't get his foot around it. I think the keeper would have responded it anyway, but
I also think if he was 100%, he might have been able to get to that, but for me, he just doesn't seem to move as freely as he has done parts of this season. But here's Fernandes getting forward into the Albion half. Ball into the feet of Šeško. Veltman covering across to bring him down. And it'll be a free kick. It may yet be the first booking of the game. We'll have to wait and see, but it'll be a free kick in a very dangerous position, 8 yards outside the box and pretty much just to the right of centre.
Well, you got a couple of wants to take this, won't you? Fernandes.
Yeah.
That's just a lazy ways out, Johnny, for me. You don't need to dive in there.
Yeah, he's done the hard work,
just
hasn't he?
Hold him up. You're getting players back. You have to hold him up there. Fernandes.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought it is to the right of centre, but I know he's going to pull rank here, I'm sure. Bruno Fernandes. You talked about his scoring record, which is excellent in all the time that he's been here. He's played so many games for Manchester United. Up into the 300 mark.
The league, he's been involved in 190 goals.
Yeah, and assists. It's incredible, isn't it?
I think 103 goals and about 90 assists, Johnny. So
it's an incredible record for someone who's not a striker as well. Well, he's looking to add to that tally here. Albion with the 4-man wall. But Fernandes just relaxing himself, ready to step up, right-footed along the ground, but off target. Albion didn't really have anybody in the old chaise longue position, did they? Lying down on the ground behind the wall. So he thought, as they were going to jump, I'll try and just squeeze it under. He did, but it was about 2 foot off target.
Yeah, lucky for Brighton that, Johnny, but it's very clever, isn't it? The all jump in sequence, that's great.
Yeah, Albion out to the left touchline. Well left there by Kadioglu. Welbeck trying to get to the second ball. Ruta trying to spin and turn away from Ugarte. A couple of opportunities to get that ball under control, but they failed to do so as we head into the final 3.5 minutes of normal time in this first half. Albion 1-0 up. Hinchwell getting it out. Kadioglu again. Gross. Seen much from him in the last 10 minutes, but he's been marshalling things and pointing to where players should be on the pitch. Now he drops deep inside his own half. Pointing to get it over onto the far right hand side, but Scully didn't quite have the range. He might now. He does. Outside of the left boot, trying to get it in behind Dorgu. Gruda in a good position. Dorgu makes 2 headers there. I think maybe Gruda could have put a bit more pressure on him there.
That's just 2 headers, Johnny. You have to put pressure on him, don't you, on the first one, then get.
He's got a challenge, haven't he? Here come United looking for a response before half time. Mount.
Brighton are doing though, Johnny. They're shutting lines off, aren't they? So they can't play into Šeško's feet.
Something that we talked a little bit about in midweek, wasn't it, Warren, against Manchester City? The work that Albion did off the ball was excellent. Pressing now, Gross trying to get in there, but a little bit late there on Martinez.
He's been quite, for the referee's point of view, Johnny, I think it's been a little bit favouritism to Man United at the moment with the 50-50 challenges.
Yeah, that didn't seem too harsh, but obviously maybe it was a foul. We'll have to see. 50-50 maybe, but Gross keen to sort of stop the flow from Manchester United, who in this last couple of minutes of the first half are looking to find an equaliser. Dorgu with his face down the left, gets to the ball, brings it in on the angle, and Coppola has to put it behind. Šeško with the dummy. Corner for Manchester United. 90 seconds left on the clock in this first half.
Well, you can see how Fernandes has sprinted over to take the free kick, sort of corner. He knows he's running out of time.
He's taking it short and quickly. Dorgu back. Fernandes again. Get the wrong side of Gruda. Now Dorgu with the back post cross. Headed in there. Gross getting his body in the way. Away from Veltman. Well, wasn't quite the timing of the header at the back there by Martinez, was it? It's actually a decent delivery to the back post. Šeško's got plenty of height too. I'll be able to withstand that attack, and now trying to force United back towards halfway. Dorgu, who hasn't really been playing as a left back, but no Luke Shaw today, has to retreat and go back to Senna Lamans, who nearly had a nightmare earlier. But that's a nice through ball to Dallo, who's taken it into his path, then tries the back heel, but Kadioglu's kept his eye on it. Clears only as far as Kobe Mainu. Mainu in on the angle. Cunha dropping deep, rolling it out to Mount. Mount, little touch. Back to Mainu again. Could be the last opportunity here for United. Into the feet there of Cunha. Back to goal. Albion central area doing really well and trying to push them back. Now the ball chipped over towards Mount. Slides in to try and hook it back, but it's gone behind for a goal kick. So Albion still leading by a goal to nil as we enter added on time at the end of this first half.
Going to be a 1 minute, Johnny.
Paul Tierney reluctant to get it up just seconds. There we go.
Not far from Paul Tierney to travel, Johnny.
No, he's local, isn't he?
He's Hindley, near Wigan.
Right, okay.
Hindley Green, yeah. Next village to me.
Big game next weekend. Bolton Wigan, I think.
Bolton Wigan, Man United, Man City.
Yeah. Goal kick here for Jason Steele to take. Good distance as well to find Ruta. Header goes back towards his own goal though. And Fernandes tries to set Cunha on his way. Veltman trying to stay with him. Cunha jacks onto his right foot, shoots just wide. Steele's at full stretch. And Cunha will feel he should really have tested the Albion keeper with probably one of the last chances in this first half. Nice ball forward to him. He cuts onto his right side. You know that's what he did. Veltman actually slipped, which was unfortunate. It certainly should have done better really there, the Portuguese striker.
We have to do better than 50-50 challenge. Second balls. They picked up for the last 15 minutes. They picked up every second ball, more or less, Man United.
Well, it's been a bit nip and tuck, but Albion have the lead as we head into half time. Brian Gruder's goal, 12 minutes into the first period, the difference between the two sides. It'd been Manchester United who started the better of the two teams. Diego Dalot had a shot self-saved by the feet of Jason Steele, who came to the rescue again to deny Bruno Fernandes, who shot from distance. It went on the half volley and he parried it wide. Šeško tried to lob Steele, but didn't get enough height on it a little bit later on. Albion themselves did have other chances when Welbeck had a chance that tried to squeeze underneath the keeper Lamens after he'd been presented it by the keeper himself, but was unable to take the opportunity. And Fernandes with that late feed kick, which was just wide of the right hand post. Both sides with opportunities, but Albion go in with a narrow lead.
Yeah, I think it's a well-deserved lead, Johnny, if I'm really honest. Okay, they've had chances and so have we at both ends. I said it's the open game, and it is an open game, but we have to pick up more second while. I'll just relaying what I just said a couple of minutes ago. The last 15 minutes they've won every second ball, and they're breaking on us. We spoke before the game about Duncan Van Eyck not playing, but I thought the two lads who've come in, I think they've been excellent. I think they've done very well, especially Boscali with his passing range. Like I say, he cut on his left foot, pings it out wide. So yes, I think it's been a good first 45 minutes for Brighton, but we need more. We need to be better in the final third. I think when we get in there, we have to be stronger. Druid has to be stronger on a few occasions, and we have to pick up them second balls. It's important we pick up them second balls.
We said that they were a little bit more narrow, but that could be a concern, but it hasn't been the case really, has it, in terms of an attacking balls, but maybe defensively. Both Dalot has got forward on the right and Dorgu on the left, and that may be a little concern in the second half. Yeah,
and that's when you have to switch on. You have to see the danger. You have to see Dorgu getting forward. That's Gruder's thing, because Veltman's helping out in defence. I'm saying with Darl on this side, Gomez has to realise that he's trying to get him behind. So you know what Mason Mount's trying to do is kind of go inside, catalog you inside, and there's a space there. That's what we should be doing on the opposite end. But at the moment we've been let off on a couple of occasions, but when you get in that second half, we have to react better out of possession, getting our shape quite back well, but we have to react from when them long passes from Grayson Steele go forward. If it's up in the air or 50-50 challenge, we have to react inward, but also have to pick up them second balls, which we haven't done for the last 15 minutes in our first half.
Well, can they keep it going in that second half? That's to come here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey, and on BBC Sounds half-time at Old Trafford. It's Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Johnny, Warren, thank you very much. It is the Seagulls that lead at the moment, which is fantastic news. At the moment, you can get your thoughts in as well at BBC Sussex Sport. Aidan says we've got to keep the ball better. We've been giving it away too easily. This is bloke from the Brighton 17. Pascal Gross sees everything so differently to everybody else on the pitch. like a world-class chess player. He sets the move before everyone else. And this message in here from Aidan says, Steele is playing a blinder. Keep your thoughts coming in. Manchester United 0, Brighton and Albion 1 at the break. Brian Gruder with the goal there. Just a reminder, you can get us on BBC Sounds as well today, so do take us out and about if you're on the move. And just a reminder of what else has been going on today, really. Brighton's women were beaten 2-1 at Aston Villa after leading in that game earlier on. Elsewhere in the FA Cup, earlier on in the lunchtime kickoff, it finished Derby 1, Leeds 3, Portsmouth 1, Arsenal 4. Hull against Blackburn is currently playing penalties. It was 0-0 in that one. Norwich 5, Walsall 1, Sheffield United 3, Mansfield Town of League 1 4, Swansea 2, West Brom 2, that's in penalties at the moment, and after extra time it finished West Ham United 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. But half time here at Old Trafford, Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
So who am I?
Matthew Ellis. You're on your own and you've money to burn.
New series of The Night Manager.
If I get you in, I'm done. It's just you and me.
Starring Tom Hiddleston.
Deception is in our DNA.
You played me. Get to the airport now.
I have to get to him before he gets to me.
The Night Manager.
Make the call.
Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Robin Gray with you on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Half-time at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Brian Gruder with the goal there. Earlier on, though, Albion's women beaten 2-1 at Aston Villa in their first game of 2026. Their boss, Dario Vidicic, was disappointed with what he felt was a positive performance overall.
Frustrated. Like, I think there was a lot of good things as well. You know, it's not an easy place to come. We were good with the ball, I thought, in the first half. Good without the ball as well. Probably just gave up that one chance to Rachel where she sneaks in front, puts it off the post, and just that was that one moment. We didn't defend well. I thought we created enough in that first half to be a little bit more in front. Weren't able to put those chances away. Yeah, then second half we just didn't start well, lost control, started forcing passes, playing long when our distances were too big. And then, one set piece, we sort of lose the runner on the back, give away a free kick, and then concede from that free kick, which is, really disappointing because that was an area where we've been really good. We've practiced a lot. We talk about it. We want it to be, continue that and be even better. So to concede the first goal from that is disappointing. And then again, 1 minute later, again, same thing, force a long ball, falls to them, and they punish us. So in 2 minutes, we throw away the points today.
Macy just used the word frustration, and I guess that's the word for yourself and the players, because for large parts of the game you really had a strong hold on it, but then to concede them 2 goals in such quick succession must be frustrating. It
is, and look, I was happy with a lot of the football that we played. I think again sometimes it was just lacking that last bit of quality. A lot of passes were underhit, overhit, wrong decisions. Back post is free. We try to loft it there, it just gets underhit. So there was a lot of other things where I was maybe 1 or 2 passes away from creating again really big opportunities. And it's something we need to work on. We haven't got too many out and out goal scorers that when you look back have scored a lot of goals. So it's just something that we're trying to develop, trying to get them in good positions. And if we continue to play like this and keep improving, then hopefully that will turn for us in the next few weeks.
It's quite a multinational squad here at Brighton, so lots of players going off for the break for 2 weeks. I wonder how you found the time as a coach to reflect on the season so far and what there is to go ahead over this time.
Yeah, look, it was good. Also just a chance to unwind and be with the family throughout the Christmas period, and it's always a nice time, but the brain was always sort of thinking and reflecting and what can we do for the next part. So we've got an idea that we want to stick to that now. We want to play our brand of football. I think today large parts we did do that against a team it's a good team, very dangerous team, and we were able to play our way, dominate the game, and it's just a few little things that we need to clean up, and hopefully then we'll get more positive results from it.
Of course, as a manager, I've got to ask you, because it's January, we've already seen one addition. Is there other areas of the squad that you see that you really want to tweak over these next few weeks?
Yeah, look, I hope so. So again, today, we've had a fullback end up at the left wing. We've had to put a centre-back at the 9. We're sort of, still trying to put players in different positions. We weren't even able to fill the bench today just we wanted to give the the academy girls that have been training with us opportunities to play as well, because I think in their young tender age the training that they've had with us is excellent, but then they need to have those opportunities to play games. So made the decision for them to stay and to have a good competitive game this weekend. But for us, we hope so that there'll be a few more additions to help the squad out.
Well, that was head coach Dario Vidicic. Let's hear from captain Maisie Simons after Brighton and Albion's women were beaten 2-1 at Aston Villa.
Frustration, pretty much. It was obviously quite a tight game, but I did feel we was in more control than they were. I think especially first half I felt we had complete control of everything, and we had some really, really good chances, ones that we should take and maybe we would take in training, but it's really frustrating when we don't take those. And then we lost a bit of control with their 2 goals in quick succession, so that's difficult then. And I think that we regained control at the end, and I think we had some really good chances to at least take a point, but like I said, it's very, very frustrating.
Because, as you mentioned there, the large periods of the game where you really had the foothold over them, of course, especially in that first half, you take the early lead. You had a chance yourself in the first half as well, and you seemed like you were really pushing at the end as well. Yeah,
I felt like we could have scored 3 or 4, and we should have scored 3 or 4. It wasn't like half chances. They were really, really good chances, and I felt really, really prepared for this game. We were really connected. We felt really strong on the pitch, and then, we didn't quite pick up all 3 points, or any points.
Is there disappointment in them goals? Of course, Rachel had a couple of chances herself in the first half, striking the bar and the post. She gets the header, but is there maybe a little bit of disappointment for the second goal and the space that she had on the edge of the box?
Yeah, we know that they have great forward players and they can kill you if they are given the opportunity. So as you saw, Rachel Daly came close quite a few times, and she's a great striker, so if she's given a third chance, she's going to take it. So we tried to narrow down the opportunities, but we knew that they had quality in their attack, so we tried to narrow down and try and kill their attack so they didn't counter-attack so quickly. But like I said, if those quality players have more than 3 or 4 chances, they're going to take one.
How have you found the break yourself? Of course, it's been pretty much a month since the last game. We've had Christmas, we've had New Year. How have you found the downtime yourself over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've really, really enjoyed. We had a couple of weeks off, so I went home with family. I think most of the girls, even the girls who have been injured, got to go home for a little period of time. So that's really nice. That's something quite special about women's football, is that we get that little break in the middle of the season to refresh. And I felt fully prepared for this game. We've been preparing for 2 weeks now, but unfortunately we didn't quite get over the line.
Of course, today was the start of quite a busy period. Now it's Sunday, and you're all feeling prepared for the next few weeks.
Yeah, we have to take all the positives that we can, because now we've got a good run of games where we know we can pick up points and go on a good run for the rest of the season.
Next up for Brighton and Albion's women is Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup next Sunday, and then they have Everton away on Friday the 23rd, and we will have that game live for you on the BBC Sport website. And at It's Robin Gray with you on a sports special in the FA Cup, where at half-time it's Manchester United 0, Brighton and Albion 1. Johnny Cantor and Warren Aspinall back for second half commentary very shortly. Just before we do that, though, an amazing story on Saturday Sport yesterday, where Walton and Hersham beat Brackley Town in the National League 1-0 in the FA Trophy 4th round. They're through to the last 16, the 7th tier side. An incredible achievement. And I spoke to Calogero Scanella, the co-owner of Walton and Hersham.
To be fair, going into the game, there weren't actually too many nerves on my side of things. I think, look, Brackley have come, much like the Sutton game, and Walton and Hersham are supposed to lose this one. So I think an element of that we've ultimately got nothing to lose from this game. And just watching the boys out there today and the crowd, and to get the 3 points, to get to the last 16 of the FA Trophy, it's just unbelievable.
Well, that is it. I mean, you've beaten 2 teams who, bottom half of the National League, but you just don't. Do you genuinely think, like, are you now actually starting to think, well, hang on, we could actually get to Wembley here? Like, is it off the scale to say it's not, because it's not impossible, is it?
No, of course, it's not impossible, but again, I think everyone's very focused on the league. That's ultimately the number one job that we need. and ultimately I think everyone's heads are on league football. But this is something that, you know, the boys, the team, the club has deserved. It's days like this, and look, if they can win 3 more games, they get to Wembley. Do you know what I mean? But we'll have to see what happens.
Well, the way you're going, when you have the league wrapped up by the semi-final time in the FA Trophy.
No, it's a long season. You've got to keep. It's just football. It's just one game at a time, and it's a real grind.
Yeah. I like that you've been an owner long enough now, Caligari, that you're actually you're coming out with the cliches. I love it.
No quotes for you.
Yeah. Look, so much about your club's going viral. We've seen what it's done on social media. We've seen what it's done in terms of people turning up now. From your point of view, how many pinch me moments can you have? Because Sutton would have been one, today's another, right? I mean, it is starting to feel like there doesn't appear to be a ceiling in sight for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look. Obviously, this season there's been so many pinch me moments already, and I think as a football club, these sorts of games, they show the potential of where the football club can be, and that's really the exciting thing. It's seeing the community, it's seeing the fan base, it's seeing what Walton and Hersham can really become, and I think the ceiling is so much higher than where we currently are. If we do the right things and we keep progressing, I do think that there is so much potential in this football club longer term.
Caligari Scanella, co-owner of Walton and Hersham, he beat Brackley Town in the National League yesterday. Right, we're nearly ready to go here. Albion's players just out in there. Blue and white stripes to my left, just by the Stretford end, just doing some final bits of practice. I like how the combs they've got are blue and white as well. It's very topical, isn't it? And the Albion supporters will be delighted with what they've seen in this first half. Warren Aspinall alongside me, Johnny Cantor as well, as United set to come out. They've just brought me a nice piece of cake. Warren's had his marble cake. Let's hope.
Is that a local delicacy then? That one? I don't know.
With what, Eccles cake?
Eccles cake.
Wouldn't we, Warren? Here?
But Eccles cake's not in a cake, is it?
No, it's not.
It's not. See, I know all the stuff, really.
Yeah.
We have cockles and eels down south, but don't eat any of this cake stuff.
Cockles and where? Fish market, yeah. not where you are.
By the sea.
Not by the sea, are you?
Well, that journey back to the sea will be a good one tonight if Albion can hang on to this. 1-0 they lead at Manchester United. Second half commentaries to come in the FA Cup on BBC Sounds as well. Warren Aspinall alongside Johnny Cantor.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed. Doesn't look like any changes from either side as we go into this second half, with Albion leading by 1-0. And it's going to be United attacking the Stretford end in this second half, who kick us off with their captain Bruno Fernandes. They had their opportunities, urged on by an expectant crowd. Darren Fletcher taking his place in the technical areas. They get on the attack on the right side with Dallow. Dallow floating a ball to the back post, but it's a bit strong. No one there. It'll drift out of play. Veltman will see it out of play. So 6 changes made by Fabian Herzl. If you didn't hear them at the beginning of the game, into the side coming Jason Steele, Olivier Biscagli, Diego Coppola, Joel Veltman, Danny Welbeck and Brian Gruder. 3 changes made by Darren Fletcher in his first home game in charge after that 2-2 draw against Burnley. Mainu, who was one of those changes, getting it back to Ugarte. Dalu, quite a narrow sort of team for the Seagulls today, but it hasn't really affected them. Even though Manchester United have switched to a back 4, they still have the out-and-out flying wingers. Of course, still no Brian Mbeumo, who's now out of the AFCON, but so there's a free kick being given there. Ferdy Kadioglu carrying on. Diego Gomez saying, "Who, me?" "Yes, you."
Well, yeah, it's just laziness, isn't it? Pulling him back.
Got the wrong side again. It's happened a couple of times. Some of those 50-50s Warren was talking about late in the first half going Manchester United's way. They had early chances in the first half. They're trying to find their first one in the second period right here with this free kick. And you know the man who's going to take it, Bruno Fernandes, hands on his hips, 15 yards in from that far right touchline, midway through the Brighton and Hove Albion half. Someone may drop round the back because that's where it's sent, but it's gone straight down the throat of Jason Steele, who was in sparkling form in the early part of that first half.
think it's a wasted opportunity that, from Man United's point of view. But we can't keep giving free kicks away in dangerous areas like that.
No, he's got it out there to Kadioglu, who showed too much of it there to his opponent Mason Mount. Now Yoro trying to get them on their way, but Welbeck's in there for the Seagulls. Did some good foraging back towards his own goal, Danny Welbeck, today, as well as been a threat going forward. And he's away on that left touchline at the moment. Mount tackles and gets it in there to Kobe Mainu. Helped in there, fit in field by Ugarte. Cunha. He's trying to play more and more central, Cunha, but they have got Šeško up front, but he's not been allowed to get in behind. But in behind now is Cunha, down the left side into the box, rolling it across, and Coppola well positioned to put it behind for a corner, the first of this second half.
It's an easy run though, Johnny, isn't it? It's simple pass out to Dorgu. Dorgu's got plenty of time. Cunha just run in behind Veltman and he's let him. It's a couple of balls better.
Bouncing onto the pitch there. And it's going to be a corner on the left hand side, so I just had my foot trodden on there by one of the operatives to our right. And here it is, Fernandez in on goal. Leaping up there is Danny Welbeck to head it to the edge of the box. Nodded forward there by Brian Gruder. Allowed to bounce by Patrick Dorgu, and now a crossfield ball there across the pitch. Goes out of play from Martinez. Gruder to Ruta. Ruta's first touch. He never got it under control. Wasn't really under too much pressure either. Albion not really had a sniff in the opening 3 minutes of this second half.
And it's not because Man United are playing good football and pushing us back. So simple mistakes. Danny Welbeck earlier, free kick given away as well, and then just then Ruta's bad touch.
Need to try and control the ball and the game a little bit more as Fernandez curls it to the back post, headed away there by Gomez. Cunha urged to shoot, but he cuts back on his left foot and delivers it right. Dallo along the ground. Gomez puts it back towards goal, and sliding across there is Jason Steele to prevent the corner.
Well, we need to get out of shape. We'll have composure back, Johnny, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's get hold of the ball.
Really up to halfway, and Gruder on the right touchline. Veltman sensing an opportunity to get it forward, but it's a one by Manchester United. Quick passing, but they're not going anywhere too quickly. A little bit of groans creeping in from the crowd around us. Might be a few different fans in today, being not a Premier League game. As that diagonal ball is far too in front of Fernandez, out for an Albion throw.
Well, again, Gruder's, you're putting your teammates under a little bit of pressure there. Gruder into Veltman. There's got nowhere to go. We can't. The back pass has been cut off. So you just.
Sometimes you just need to turn the defence and get up the pitch, don't you, to a certain degree. Manchester United, who've lost 2 of their Premier League games this season, drawn 3, won 5, but they have conceded 13 goals at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. And of course ceremoniously dumped out of the League Cup by Grimsby. Albion trying to do the same here in the FA Cup. Gruder with a nice spin and turn. Little layoff. Kadioglu drifting into the box on the left hand side. Squares it. Charging in there is Gross, who just took it off the toes there of Gross. And the shot from Hinshelwood is tame, just muscled out of it there on the edge of the area. And Fernandez calms things down for United. Shane, that was a good position. I think Ruta wanted it. Didn't get it. Good anticipation by Biscagli, winning it, lofting it forward. Ruta trying to go in between the 2 centre-backs, but nodded back by Martinez to Senna Lamans.
Well, it's end-to-end now. It's going to be open, isn't it? Especially from the Man United's point of view. They're trying to chase that equaliser.
Who does that suit, Warren?
Well, us, if we play it right, and when we break, we take better options than that. Gruder's great bit of skill going forward there, Gruder, but
it's just that final ball. A couple of players tumbling down near side, and eventually Simon Hooper giving the free kick to Manchester United. 2 or 3 opportunities, just pointing with his numbers, with his fingers there up, say 1, 2. I had to give it in the end. Gruder penalised, and a free kick out on the left touchline. Veltman was in there too. Dorgu it was who was taking all the hits. Don't forget, reaction to come on BBC Sounds. Your place to be for Brighton and Hove Albion audio content before and after games, and of course the Albion Unlimited podcast as well. 6 minutes into this second half then. Albion 1-0 up, but a free kick here to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. Half a yard in at the near post, little flick towards goal, and it just drifts over the bar. Martinez it was trying to squeeze it in at a tight angle. Steele sees it behind, and you can hear those Seagull supporters to our right hand side really pleased. They have such a great record at Manchester United, particularly in recent seasons, and they're looking to continue that here again today.
Yeah, he just had to be a bit better, Johnny. There we go.
Lobbed over the top by Veltman. Gruder has it, right side. 2 defenders now in front of him. He was just caught there. Went down rather dramatically, but I think there was contact from Patrick Dorgu.
Just calm it down now, calm it down.
Is that going to be a yellow card? No, it's just the spray coming out. We've had one. We haven't had a booking yet in the game. It's been played in reasonably well. Intention from both sides.
When he gets fouled, just go down when you get fouled. You don't have to do a twist. But yeah, you can hurt yourself.
Absolutely.
That's good growth now. We need to do some whipped in that corridor.
Yep. It's 4 yards outside the box to the right hand side of the area. Gruder and Grossain's over there. The line is probably just in front of the penalty spot. It's quite high, so there is a little corridor there.
If Gruder goes for it, you have to get across the goalkeeper's face, don't you? If you don't get in touch, it might go back post.
Yeah, Gruder takes it. Maybe someone has to attack the near post. We shall see. They're crowded in there. Oh, it's drilled along the ground. Deflected. Left foot shot from Veltman. It sails over the top of the crossbar. Not necessarily his favourite side. Goal kick and a wasted opportunity, really. I don't think that was what Brian Gruder intended.
I think it looked like he put it across goal. Driven, but it's too crowded there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to come back again down this near side with Gruder. United now struggling to get it out of their own half. Jinking left and right, wanted to try and get another free kick, but not. And that's it about Brian Gruder. It's frustrating to watch at times. Ruta trying to get back into the right back position to help out Veltman, because United trying to spray it across the pitch. Now they go to the left hand side. Chunky challenge there by Cunha on Ferdi Kadioglu. Free kick for the Albion.
I know it's not his strongest spot, Danny Welbeck, but he has to win that 50-50 or 60-40 challenge in his favour there. He didn't. He took Kadioglu the last ditch challenge and Cunha to bring him down. But Gruder here, frustrating again.
Yeah, giving it away far too easily. A couple of teams have gone through on penalties in the later games. Swansea 2, West Brom 2, but West Bromwich Albion going through 6-5 on penalties, and then Hull winning 4-3 on penalties after a goalless draw after extra time with Blackburn Rovers. So all those going into the hat, which is the draw made on Monday evening. I think it's around 6:45. Here's Danny Welbeck. They get off there, edge of the box is Ruta, wide to Gruder, steaming forwards Veltman. Ruder comes onto his left foot, trying to get the shot away, but crowded out. Hinshelwood back to the right, offside. And again, Gruder just denying everybody space by running into everyone else's area, and no one's got anywhere to go.
If you're going to do it going across, Johnny, onto his strongest foot, left foot, you need to pull the trigger. May take a deflection. I think he's waiting for a nudge off the Man United player to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mentioned the podcast, which is back on Tuesday, 6 p.m. on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey, but available on BBC Sounds. You can subscribe, just click there and you get an alert when a new episode drops. There'll be plenty to discuss. And of course, we'll have a look ahead to the Bournemouth game, the next Premier League fixture for the Seagulls as well, but there'll be plenty to digest from this weekend, and of course the Christmas New Year period. Maybe you've got a story as well. sussexsport@bbc.co.uk if you want to email us. Of course you can get in touch via the social channels as well, of course. Floated ball across there to Gruder by Hinshelwood. Nice idea that. Thought it was quite well weighted, and he gets the thumbs up from Gruder, but it will be a throw for Manchester United.
I think Gruder's just caught on his heels, isn't he? Lovely little pass over the top. Okay, a bit heavy.
Is Hinshelwood growing more into that central role, do you think? A couple of times games were sort of passing him by, and he moved, but he played well at right back the other day, but always difficult to switch positions constantly. But he's in there now. flick that header towards the right-hand side, but Manchester United have it through Dorgu. Cunha will place it carefully out wide to Ugarte, who brings down Veltman, but a little bit soft anyway, but Albion will take the free kick all the same. Got a little bit scrappy in the last 5 minutes, Warren.
Well, that'll suit Brighton, won't it, for the time being? Because you don't let Man United get in a rhythm of good passing and chances. You'll take one that comes along, but upset him a little bit. And he's got plenty of space here.
Angle free kick to Gomez by Veltman. Oh, he's played it blind, straight to the right side where Mount picks it up. But what a majestic from Buscagli. Through to Kadioglu, he squares it. Ruta, 10 yards outside the box, onto Gruder, on the angle, onto his left foot, scuff shot, goal kick. Well, he's not had much fun in this second half, Brian Gruder. He felt it should have been a corner. It wasn't a great attempt anyway, was it?
Well, no.
Ruta's done well today, Warren.
Yeah.
I think he's moved the ball quickly, hasn't he?
Well, if I was Veltman, right, I'd be saying, hang on a minute, that's 2 runs I've made now.
Yeah, you've ignored me both times. I think it probably was a corner.
I don't think yours went through the legs, I think.
Yeah.
That's how poor a shot it was. Bobbled through his legs, but this is where you have to turn around.
Well, Albion have dominated, but now here come Manchester United looking to find an equaliser. Man United dominated early in the first half, that's curled in there, and had to keep his eye on it there, Jason Steele. Buscagli saying...
Well, he's asking the linesman, he's offside, and he's saying no.
Yeah.
Sesko.
Who's been relatively anonymous in the game, had that one chance where he tried to lob Steele in the first half but failed to do so. Placed it straight into the chest of the Albion keeper. Gomez trying to stretch, didn't really have a picture of how to get it out to Ferdi Kadioglu. Don't want to overcommit Albion because they do lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, but you don't want to sit in there. Kadioglu's made a good run there. He has to go and meet the ball.
Yeah, he's waiting for it to come to him, and that means that he has to stretch because it hasn't got enough pace on it perhaps.
This is what you don't want, one-on-one situations.
Dorgu up against Gruder as well, but Gruder battling hard, saw him out wide, giving it in, might need a little bit of help. Ruta though nudging it forward. Hinshaw getting on the ball, into the feet of Welbeck, who's trying to hold it up but doesn't shield it well enough. Ugarte wins it. Dorgu again. It's a return from Mainu. In comes Veltman to take control. He's got nowhere to go really, so he just flicks it out wide to Welbeck, who has to jink down the line. Now he needs a bit of help. Veltman could make the run, but Welbeck going forward, and eventually Kobe Mainu brings him down. We have the first booking of the game, and it goes to the Manchester United midfielder. Brilliant play by Welbeck.
He's done very well there, Daniel Welbeck. He's nowhere to go, has he? He's funneled his way through. He got in front of Mainu, and Mainu was just always on his
I'll pull him, I'll nudge him, I'll try and clip his heels.
Just leaning his body into there, and he just runs across him, gets there.
It's like the old film Spartacus, where they're trying to bring him down with every single thing they can, but they can't. Charlton Heston at his best. One for the kids, not. Here's the free kick. Check it out though, it's a classic. Gross out wide there to Ferdi Kadioglu. Back to Gruder, maybe he can float in across. No, square ball to Buscagli. Gross on the edge of the box, waiting for the run of Kadioglu, who bursts forward and just shrugs off Cunha. Recycles it back. Gross, we haven't yet seen the Gross turn, but it won't come there. Buscagli back out wide, sensible play. Kadioglu rolling it to the byline. Here is Gross, hooks it back on the angle. Ruta trying to get in there, cleared by Šeško. It's a foul in there according to Simon Hooper. Really well worked move that from the Seagulls to create the space, get it back on the angle, but no one quite attacking it at the right time.
No, good interactive play there. Kadioglu, Gross just pulls it back. They're just waiting for it, I think, Ruta.
I think anyone who knows Pascal Gross knows what he's going to do there. Should be able to anticipate, I think, really. And as you said just before, go and attack it. Hit it on the run. Still, Albion managing this league quite well at the moment. It is just a narrow, slender one-goal lead scored by Brian Gruder in the first half. No changes from either side, but Xerxes is going to come on in a minute, and there could be a double change as well. Shea Lacey is going to come on.
He's tricky, Johnny.
You quite like the look of this one, don't you?
Yeah. Tricky. So that Fernandes will go into centre midfield. That I like that. Manny's coming off, putting his box. Oh, he's into the red zone. on his tachograph. And Mason Mount saying, but they've all come back from injury, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But surely, they know what this player can do, Johnny. Lacey.
Yeah.
We're delighted to see him. Bit of a Ryan Giggs type winger.
Yeah, brimful of confidence, despite his young age. And he's going to perch himself on that right side of the attack. Xerxes will probably play just behind Šeško. All-out attack really from Darren Fletcher here. He does have his two sons on the bench as well.
He is left-footed, Lacey. So you want to come inside on his left foot all the time. A bit like Cunha on his side now.
Yeah, Cunha coming over to the right. And back it goes to Jason Steele. Right-footed, picks out Kadioglu. Wonderful ball onto the chest of the Turkish international. Square ball by Boscagli. Gross just dropping in as an extra centre-back, sensibly playing it across there to Coppola, who wants someone to come short, but in the end decides to chip it long. Ruta going for the second ball. Dorgu getting in quickly with Garte as well. They're just winning those 50-50s at the moment, Manchester United, as Fernandes takes it up, using Cunha now. Dorgu's on there on the overlap, but Cunha going for goal, all on his own. He won't get past Pascal Gross. Timely intervention there by the German international. And as Manchester United push on, they may well be able to break and pick up a second goal here. The Seagulls, that's what they'll be hoping for. As Gomez going to bomb on forward now, through the middle, out there to Gross, who suddenly popped up on the right wing. He was playing centre-back 2 minutes ago.
But what the chance, because what Fernandes will, Johnny, he'll want to get forward all the time, Fernandes. So there should be a midfield player free for us. He's in there with Ugarte now, so he's going to leave Ugarte 2 against 1 on numerous occasions. We have to take that into it. Don't worry about Fernandes going that way. If we got the ball, if you lose the ball, then you have to get back and get Mark Fernandes. But
Beltman to Gruder, onside, picks it up, turns 5 yards outside the box, onto Welbeck, onto his left foot, and drills it into the top right-hand corner. Danny Welbeck with an absolute cracker. Doubles the Seagulls lead. Manchester United 0, Albion 2.
I'll tell you what, no goalkeeper in the world says that, Johnny. And I've only seen it once. I've not seen it on the replay yet. That has rocketed it straight in the top corner. What a wonderful strike on his left foot shot. Left foot. What a strike.
The sheer velocity there's no one going to be able to get. It's a good angled ball actually by Veltman into Gruder, who takes his time, aware that he's got a chance to slide it in there, but with a little bit of slice on it. Lamons was nowhere. Albion with a 2-goal cushion now in the third round of the FA Cup.
It was a slice of cake I'll give to Robin at half time. That was straight in the top corner. Top bins, you're not stopping that. 2-0.
Well, you can hear the Albion fans chanting away to our right-hand side. And he was happy to celebrate, despite the fact that he's back here at Old Trafford, Danny Welbeck. Arms aloft. And we were just saying, weren't we? And there could be another chance here, because Gross just got the ball stuck under his feet, being held up by the Manchester United midfield. Albion had 4 players forward there. They need to get back into position if they can. Dorgu trying to thread it through. Šeško now, he's gone left-footed. Another vital save by Jason Steele. Tips it round the post.
It's offside.
Offside anyway, but he didn't know that.
But like you say, Johnny, they're going to push people forward now. We have to punish them. We should have punished them there. 5 against 2 situation. Pick the right pass. Don't hang on to the ball now. Move the ball quickly.
Well, you'll see it. Of course, you can get the goals on the BBC Sport website. But I tell you what, Calvert-Lewin and Danny Welbeck having their own battle to try and get into that World Cup squad as veterans of the game. Whether either of them will, I don't know. But it's another goal this season for Danny Welbeck. 8 in the Premier League, now 1 in the FA Cup. As you said, Warren, they could have actually made it 3. They had a really good break. It opened up for them nicely. Coppola sliding in. United have it though.
You have to watch the left-hand side, Johnny. Dorgu's just playing like his left winger now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like a lopsided back 4 really. You could say there's a 3 at the back. Darlow will slot in, Yoro and Martinez. But really they want to get Dorgu on the ball, and there is space. This time it's occupied by Bruno Fernandes. sending Dorgu towards the byline. He tries to run across Gruder and get a penalty, but it'll be a goal kick. Veltman helping Dorgu to his feet. Be a little bit careful, you don't want to offer Simon Hooper the option of making a decision. But all the same. Well, in terms of the tactics, I know we're only 3/4 of the way through the game, Warren, but you've got to say Fabian Hürzeler's got it spot on, really.
Well, yeah, I said it before the game starts, and it goes one or two ways, this was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If we'd have lost this game, we haven't won it yet, but if we do lose it from this point of view now as well, it'll be a
disappointing
thing. But before the game, all the fans think, well, what are you doing, manager? Well, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Yeah, they have to weather the storm in the first 10 minutes. We have to...
In both hearts, that is, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But didn't ride their luck, but they were determined and helped out by Steele.
It's about your substitutions now as well, Johnny, isn't it?
Yeah, how positive does he go? How long does he go with this 11? He hasn't made a change just yet, Fabian Hürzeler. Said he wanted to rewrite Albion's FA Cup history, with the side having never beaten United and of course suffering those painful defeats in the final in '83 and in the semi-final in 2023. But it's not over yet as United come on the attack. The downward header from Šeško off target. Well, that's a bit more like the Manchester United of old, and it all comes from Shea Lacey bombing down the right, swinging in across and trying to get Šeško on the end of it. Football can be quite simple at times, Warren.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes complicated, like you just said there. Beat your man and get half of you, get crosses into the box. You've got two strikers there in Xerxes and Šeško who thrive on crosses from wide areas.
Yeah, it really is two up top, isn't it, for United? Nice play by Steele to just thread it through the middle of the pitch to Gomez, virtually at halfway, but then he goes back to the left-hand side to Kadioglu. Stepping forward is Buscagli, chipping it there towards Kadioglu. Even maybe a stronger challenge as United win possession in midfield. Lacey getting it forward again. Popping up on the right is Fernandez. Lacey for the return down the right side of the box, trying to go through the legs of Gross, but Gomez in quickly. No foul, says the referee. United fans wanted a free kick, they didn't get it. Here comes Yoro, steaming on forward. United players knowing that they have to find a response and find a response relatively quickly.
If it was me, Johnny, I'd take Danny Welbeck off.
Who would you put on?
I put Bobby on.
Bobby Costillas.
Yes. And running in behind.
Yeah, fresh legs, of course. Did miss the midweek game against City as Brian Gruder wins a free kick. I think he was just slightly obstructed there by Patrick Dorgu.
And maybe Matoma to run the ball.
Yeah, and take them up the pitch.
Yeah.
Need an outlet at times, don't you, sometimes? Albion fans bouncing away to the right-hand side. They know what this could mean in terms of Albion's season.
I think if you bring the centre back on, you're asking for problems, I think.
Yeah, Van Hecke looks like he's stripping off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. Ruta caught in possession on halfway. Cunha striding away from Ruta. Now out wide to the left. Dorgu is acting like a left winger at the moment. Sends in the cross, curling back post, headed away by Pascal Gross. Certainly added something. Maybe you want to get in touch in the final whistle to talk about the impact that Pascal Gross has already made at the football club. And disgracefully hasn't scored this evening. Here comes Lacey onto his left foot, pulls it back. Fernandez lobbing it back post. Gruder has to head it away. Did well actually to take it away from danger. Didn't want to concede the corner. Ruder trying to get to the second ball. Out wide is Ugarte. Veltman coming across, puts the block on. And a play for a throw. We still await the changes from the Seagulls as we have 19 minutes of normal time remaining. Albion leading by 2-0. Gruder in the first half, Welbeck in the second. To the right hand side.
Substitution, Johnny. I don't know who's going to take off.
I think they seem to be in a bit of a quandary as well, because I don't know whether they're chopping and changing. Long discussions going on there. Having Hürzeler in front of the
I said two I want to come on and still warming up. Costillas and Mitoma. Van Hecke's shirt on. But if you take a forward off and bring a centre half on, you're inviting pressure.
Yeah.
Change the formation. You don't need to do that. Just get fresh legs on, take you up the pitch.
Well, See whether he does get it right. Gruder going down. Maybe he's somebody who might be somebody to take off and needing a bit more grit in that midfield as Lamans takes it away there from Gomez. The header from Coppola picked up by Šeško. Buscagli got him out of trouble, but it's chested down there by Cunha. Fernandez out wide. Lacey again, who's already been a menace, cutting in, but Kadioglu kept his eye on it, using all his experience there to play it into Welbeck. Now up to Gruder. Gruder taking it out of his feet, using Welbeck once more. Seems to be just slowing down a little bit, Danny Welbeck, but it's good interplay from the Albion. Gross now lobbing it up onto the head of Welbeck. They've done there. They forced it up the pitch, but they have conceded possession, the Seagulls. Long and up the pitch there towards Veltman. Brings it down.
Make them chase it. When we get the ball, make them chase it. Don't do everything on your own. Simple pass to a blue shirt.
Kadioglu out wide. Dorgu still down. Albion continue. Kadioglu in the middle. He'll go for goal, right-footed. It's over the bar. There'll be a goal kick. Dorgu may need treatment. No, he's up and he's okay. He'll be trying to stop play. And I think that Andrew Cross has been given the nod in terms of the changes that they are going to make. Van Hecker's putting his top back on because, of course, he's got his blue and white striped shirt exposed. So we will have to wait. 17 minutes left on the clock. Manchester United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. Wicket given away there for Manchester United to take quickly. Fernandez, left-footed, floating it out there. Lacey unmarked. He's got loads of space too. Thought about a cross. Jinking, pulls it back. Fernandez again, curling it to the 6-yard area. Veltman's header goes straight up in the air. The overhead kick there from Dorgu goes into the ground and then into the hands of Jason Steele.
Okay, you have to do better with that header from the cross there. Veltman, he just headed up, so he's went up in the air, hasn't he? The space is everywhere, Johnny.
Yeah.
The blue and white shirts, you can find the pass.
It's just about decision making, isn't it, really?
Panicking. No need to panic. You keep giving the ball back to them. It's too easy to give Man United the ball back. We're winning, they're chasing the game.
Yeah. Dallow playing it out wide after Steele was hurried into his clearance towards Kadioglu. They don't have masses of options, United, in terms of other players, and Bruno's missing at the moment. Ahmed, of course, at the African Cup of Nations as well, but Xerxion as a substitute has made a good run. Angle ball in, cut out by Buscagli, and then he just sends it up the pitch and out of play. Probably
good
the right
play
option.
From Buscagli.
Or is somebody's gone down there with cramp. Is that Pascal Gross? No?
Veltman.
Oh, it's Diego Gomez, I think.
Gomez, yeah. Sorry.
Diego Coppola is stretching off his calf there.
Well, you have to get Ayari on then.
Well, medical staff are coming on, but it is simply cramp. Well, Mitoma is quickly readying himself, as is Yassin Ayari, who could well be the straight swap for Diego Gomez. Don't forget to get in touch. Plenty of things you can chat about in terms of the performance today, how important the FA Cup is to the Seagulls this season. What can they achieve? And of course, if they do win, who do you want in the next round? That draw coming up tomorrow evening.
If you put Van Hecke on, Johnny, I think you take Veltman off and put Inchwood as a wing back. I can't see, unless you're going to go 5 at the back, and I mean at the back, and just drop deep. Inviting pressure then, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have to take the game to them.
Triple change then. Van Hecke, Mitoma, Ayari all coming on.
25.
So the players to come off. Gomez is of course one. He's struggling with cramp. To be fair, the seats here at Manchester United are so tight, but I might have cramp in a minute. And I've actually not done anything.
Yeah, 34.
Veltman.
I think they're playing I think they've heard me, this manager.
I've always said you'd make a good manager, Warren. Mitoma, the other person to come on. I've been impressed by Buscagli again today, Warren.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a different type of player, isn't he?
Buscagli's been excellent, Ronnie.
Distribution's been good, but he's anticipated as well. He's not like a lunge-in type player, he just reads the game really well indeed.
So Inchwood now will go right back. right wing back. Ayari goes into Interwood's place. Van Heck goes on.
Welbeck comes off.
Well, we're playing Ruta up front.
Ruta up top. Mitoma coming on. Well, we spoke to him. It's a very rare interview. We don't get many chances. He's quite a quiet lad, but he scored in midweek. And what a lovely moment. His parents had come over from Japan to watch him on Wednesday evening, and they saw him score against Manchester City. So a lovely family moment there for Kaoru Mitoma.
Great knowledge, Johnny. That is.
We try and get you the stories behind the stories here on BBC Radio Sussex and BBC Radio Surrey. Cross into the near post, away by Van Hecker, scooping it up high towards the edge of the box, nodded forward by United. Coppola trying to hook it clear and got a good connection on it. Bruder gives chase. It's put out by Martinez. Look a little bit. It's all about game management now. 13 minutes left. Maguire, Casemiro coming on, so it might be launch it long from United. You know that Maguire can be a threat from set pieces and in the air, and Casemiro as well, really. So it may mean they're just going to try and get the ball out wide and get it into the box. Coming off, looks like Ugarte is one, and he's kicked a little can there, a bottle of water or something. He's not happy. The player coming off for Manchester United,
Martinez.
And Martinez. Oh, there's a yellow card coming up here for, is it Jorginho Ruta? Oh no, it's for Fabian Hertzler, I think, for going into the opposition's technical area. I think, is that right? Well, we'll have to double check. It does like a yellow card. Here's Xerxes, right boot, outside to the right wing. Rain starting to team down now at Old Trafford, but Albion leading by 2-0. Rolled across the pitch, nowhere near Dorgu. Ruta picks it up for the Albion. Gross is the outlet. Hinchwood now playing at right back, up there to Gruder. Hinchwood again, little nice link-up play in the middle. Hinchwood sliding in, forced to do that really. I think he wasn't helped out there by Ayari and having to drift into midfield. Hinchwood though. As it goes to the right side, Lacey has already put in one good early cross, but Kadioglu, who's marshalled him quite well in the game since he's come on. Now it's to the edge of the box. Casemiro with a back heel, left-footed curling shot, just drifts over the crossbar. Tickled the netting on top of the bar. Albion fans a little bit worried. The United supporters behind that goal at the Stretford end thought it might just be curling in. I was not sure whether it was a shot, but Steele just saw it over the top and onto the netting, and it remains 2-0 to the Seagulls. 10 minutes left of this second half here in the FA Cup.
Yeah, he's going to be a good talent, Johnny, that's for sure. Well, Lacey, but Kadioglu I think has got the better of him so far, but Kadioglu has to double up. Mitoma has to help him out as well. But what he's doing is going in there and then slaying it back to Fernandez. He's just whipping it in.
Throw right side, United working it to halfway. Dorgu. It's been at the heart of a lot of good things for Manchester United today. You can sense that he wants to play further forward though. Yoro now with possession. Into the middle, midway through the Albion half. Centrally positioned is Fernandez, trying to pick out Xerxes. Touches on to Sheshko. He shoots, but it's straight at Steele. Well, just started to work a few bits of space and openings, as you say, Warren. And well, some people rate Xerxes. He's played to his strengths. I think he can be a weapon. Up the line to Mitoma from Buscagli. Back into Kadioglu. One by United. Edge of the box. Sesko. Van Hecker going forward, launching himself at that one, getting it clear, but only as far now as Dalot. Fernandez into the middle. Casemiro trying to play it carefully forward there towards Dalot, but he was turning and slips, goes down and goes behind. So Albion with a back three now, Buscagli, Van Hecker and Coppola.
He's keep coming back, Johnny, doesn't it? It's not holding it up.
Yeah.
There's nobody to run into the channels to stretch this back four.
Well, he's finally heard you, the manager. Babis Kostoulas is going to come on.
I'd take Ruta off.
And as you say, he'll be able to stretch, and they'll have great memories, of course, scoring that header against United earlier in the season, his first Premier League goal, and he came on as a substitute.
Well done, Pascal Gross.
Been everywhere today, Pascal Gross. Here comes Hinshelwood bombing on forward, joining the attack from right back. Out wide, Gruder. That's sensible. Albion just trying to maintain possession, make United work for possession to get it back. Van Hecker and Ayari exchanging passes now. It goes back to Steele.
That's what we don't want. The midfielders just run all the way up there, Johnny. 10-15 yards now. We're going all the way back as Man United is squeezed.
You don't want to be making mistakes towards your own goal. Up high on that left side towards Kaoru Mitoma. He says he isn't quite up to 100%. I don't know whether Babis Kostoulas is, but it was a minor problem that kept him out of the game in midweek. But he will be heading into the action in Manchester finally, and it is Ruta to come off. So
8 minutes plus injury time, say 10-11 minutes, Johnny. Big 11 minutes for the football season for me. You don't want to go at the FA Cup in round 3, that's for sure.
No, certainly not.
And it will be
it's a big scalp. I mean, Manchester United won the FA Cup 13 times in their history. Only Arsenal have won it more.
Also, Johnny, Man United don't this tag 46 years ago. They went out in the first round of both competitions.
Yeah,
and that'll be today. We beat them. Windsor beat them in the League Cup, didn't they?
Yeah, and they'll be exiting at the first opportunity in this one if it stays as it is at United 2 Albion, United 0 Albion 2.
You don't usually see a 40-game season for Man United, do you? And that's what it'll be.
Well, I said coming up, it was bad for the Seagulls in the sense that this is a big game for United because they don't have Europe. But it's a foul throw there by Olivier Buscaglia, the first blot on his performance.
Usually centre-half don't usually take throws though, Johnny, do they?
No.
So you got a long throw.
He was trying to throw it into the ground. Here's Maguire, turned by Kostoulas to try and get him back towards halfway. Here's Fernandez flowing it into the box. In there is Coppola. Heads it away from Casemiro. And up comes Harry Maguire, and Casemiro showing his aerial threat there to win the corner.
Yeah, late runs there from Casemiro. Well, that's what you don't want, Johnny. You don't want Fernandez getting on the ball at every opportunity. It's just going to flow change. He's going to have runners in there. They're a big side now, this Man United side. What they're finishing with.
Here's the corner, left side. Fernandez, of course, is going to take it. And he'll try and pick out Maguire's at the back post. Launch long. Maguire, downward header. It's Šeško who got in there. I think he got ahead of the big centre-back. And it's Benjamin Šeško who gives Manchester United a lifeline late in the game. United 1, Albion 2. 5 minutes of normal time remaining at Old Trafford.
Well, I said the man again, Fernandez, he knows what he's doing for the eye and back stake. He'll be very disappointed, the goalkeeper there, near post.
Just squeezed in. Albion desperate to try and defend the back post. There were two there. One was Maguire, the other was Šeško. Virtually both of them tried to get their head on the ball. Ayari trying to thread it through to Kostoulas, but given away. And Albion have got 5 players up the pitch as United try and break, but Buscaglia does brilliantly there to stick out a boot, then turns it back to Gross. Maybe they can go forward here, the Seagulls, and restore their 2-goal lead. Liven things up. Kostoulas is about 3 yards offside. Dinks it over the keeper to put it in the back of the net, down the same end as he scored at earlier in the season. Well, it's never easy watching the Seagulls, is it?
Yeah. You don't want this man keep getting on the ball, Johnny. Fernandez. He's dictating play.
Yeah. Don't want to give any silly free kicks in dangerous positions as well, with him still on the pitch either. All over the top to Xerxes. Xerxes getting in behind Ayari. Plays it to the edge of the D, but again Buscaglia is there and calmly plays it short to Pascal Gross. Mitoma with the turn. Pass 1, pass 2. Trying to send it up to Gross, but it was deflected, took the pace out of it. Lacey runs into a bit of trouble. Ooh, someone got caught there. I think it was Buscaglia. He sort of virtually knelt down to make the block. Well, that's 2 vital interceptions there by Olivier Biscagli. Yellow card going in there, I think, for Lacey, perhaps.
I think it's Ayari, Johnny.
Was it Ayari?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh, dear.
Good job, there's no VAR.
Yeah, onto his knee. But Ayari is okay, so a difficult evening against Manchester City, but we mustn't forget that he did set up the assist for Kaoru Mitoma with that equaliser. Albion with 4 players up the pitch again. I don't know whether they need to push on so much. United looking for an equaliser. Through the middle by Cunha. Chesko past Van Hecker. Across comes Jack Hinshelwood. Timely interception and then sends it clear. I think the United fans felt there was a foul on the edge of the box there. They sense that they can get an equaliser and take this one to extra time. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, plus anything the 4th official adds on. Albion clear, up to Kostulas. Kostulas trying to take it away from 3 defenders. Has he got the pace? He's motoring forward. Can he take it towards the corner flag? Fernandez it is who's going back there to defend, but Kostulas all on his own, and then he draws a foul. It's brilliant play. It's an old head on young shoulders, Warren.
Yeah, I've always said that, Johnny. He's winning with class player there. He's running with the ball, and Fernandez, okay, he's been on for 87 minutes, Fernandez, but just took the ball away from the goal and he's keeping it, comes back and then draws a foul on Cunha, like you said, and it's good football play, good intelligent, gives us the lads, gives them a breather. It's in a dangerous area. I don't know why we're not sending players up into the box.
Well, maybe they'll just touch it off and take it to the corner flag. It may be a bit early for that. 90 seconds of normal time remaining. Just Kostulas and Mitoma in the box. Gross does roll it out wide to Gruder. Gruder needs to protect it. Takes on Cunha. Back there is Dorgu, bouncing around off a couple of players. Gruder again. Goes down, no foul, says the referee. Launched long by Casemiro. Going across there is Kadioglu. Albion do have players back in defence, and I think like a foul there on the Albion player. Simon Hooper, I think, agrees.
He's just smashed the ball down. That's a yellow card. He's off. He's sent off.
Yeah. Well, we talked about an old head on young shoulders, but Shea Lacey and Simon Hooper just saying, what else can I do? He says what for, but he knows throwing the ball down and bouncing it down. That 2 yellow cards in quick succession for the youngster means that he is dismissed. Manchester United are down to 10 men, and on the stroke of half-time, it's United 1, Albion 2. Sorry, full-time rather.
Well, he's
frustrated because Kadioglu does well. He gets his body into a good position. He thought the throw had gone his way, but then he bounces the ball down into the ground.
Sometimes you forget, Johnny, don't you?
Yeah, exuberance of youth maybe. It's a difficult one for Simon Hooper, really. You can't just go, well, he's a young lad, you've got to take that into consideration. It has to be consistent.
Yeah.
Albion launch it long across the pitch to Gruder. Does well to keep it in. Ayari needs to hold on to possession as we wait to find out. And immediately as I say that, he puts it straight out of play.
Good play from Ayari.
5 minutes. We haven't had too many stoppages as Hinshelwood dinks it forward. Off goes Gruder trying to keep it in, hooks it back across goal. It's gone behind, and that's not a bad job actually, because otherwise United would have tried to break.
Stockholm's taking a short one.
They've got it out to Yoro. Takes it off Lamans. Need to keep their shape, need to keep their focus. If they can, keep possession. But United have it now. Casemiro trying to take it up, using all his experience up to Cunha. Cunha out wide to Dorgu. Dorgu floats in the cross. Steele comes to meet it on his 6-yard box. Rolls it out to Mitoma quickly. Maybe they can get it up the pitch and get it forward. It's gone way across the near side. Tommy Watson is going to come on as a final change.
Well, yeah, another one who can ball carry.
So we've already played one of the added on 5. There'll be another 30 seconds at least to come on, of course, because you make another change. It's going to be Brian Gruder to come off. He's actually on the near side. But it will be a Manchester United throw. Dorgu to take it. Fernandez turns Watson, who just committed himself, didn't need to do that, but the pass cut out by Hinshelwood. He's had quite a good effect actually in the last 5 or 10 minutes, Jack Hinshelwood. Gruder trying to go and get the ball, but he really just needs to... why is he getting the ball back to them so quickly? Just take your time, get your top on. Maybe they want another goal. Who knows? Throw down the line. Davis Kostoulas battling there with Harry Maguire. Maguire trying to steal the ball off Kostoulas, but Maguire didn't realise that...
Kostoulas, yellow card. Maguire,
both of them.
Card.
I think both of them got yellows there. Well, they already had the ball on the... There's a throw on the far side. And Albion won't mind this, I don't think, Warren.
Chaos.
It's a bit chaotic, and Maguire hadn't realised that Yoro had another ball on the pitch. Yoro's got it now. He's heading back towards the goal line. Out to the near side. Fernandes curling it across the pitch. Gross trying to get there, but Casemiro beats him to it. Maybe the tired legs for Pascal Gross not helping him there as Cunha tries to thread it through the middle. Coming across is Kadioglu. Back it goes by Ayari to Van Hecker. Trying to find Mitoma and trying to find an outlet. Sliding in there. It's a good tackle by Yoro. Needed to just send it into the corner there, probably Karu Mitoma. Need to get behind the ball if they can. Fernandes, the deepest man for United, trying to get it going to the left side. Maguire onto Dorgu. Dorgu to the edge of the box. Wants it on his left foot. Turns, trying to get away there from his marker, but Hinshelwood did really well indeed. He may have to do it again here because Dorgu's still wriggling, and he does. He blocks the cross, Jack Hinshelwood. Dorgu once more, trying to dink it in there. Watson trying to get close to it. He's chasing shadows though at the moment. Now Maguire. In there goes Watson, puts his hand to play for a throw down by the left corner flag. I think they'll try and swing it in and get Maguire involved now.
Oh, you don't want to knock it, that's it.
In there goes Watson, sending it into the crowd. I make it, we've got about 90 seconds left of the game. Welbeck looks tense down on the bench. He's concerned. Albion having to sustain a bit of pressure here. Can they get that ball up the pitch? Fernandes flying it in towards Šeško. He chests it down. In there is Gross. His header though only goes as far as Cunha. Kadioglu sliding in there go United. Bounces off Pascal Gross. It's all helter-skelter football at the moment. And Albion get it over to the left. Mitoma playing into a little bit of trouble, but Albion have won the throw.
Kostoulas has to keep himself on side. Could have played him in there, but he's going a little bit too early. A little bit too eager to get in there.
Well, have you got any fingernails left? It's very, very tense at the end here. We've got about 30 seconds left. United have a free kick inside their own half. Fernandes has gone back to take it and launch it high towards Maguire. Casemiro coming in as well. Coppola's missed it, head it down into the ground, and Steele takes. Well, Maguire wanted either Šeško or Xerxes to anticipate that, get across Jason Steele, but they didn't, and it falls into the hands of the Albion's goalkeeper, who's done brilliantly. Mustn't forget his performance early in that first half as Hinshelwood takes it up. He's been brilliant in the last 10 minutes, trying to manage the game. Watson, Hinshelwood again towards the corner flag. Xerxes goes with him. Hinshelwood trying to lean in. Watson goes down. Full time at Old Trafford. Albion have broken the Manchester United hoodoo in the FA Cup. They've beaten them for the first time ever. They've lost to them in the final, they've lost to them in the semis, but here in the third round they've gone through. Goals from Brian Gruder and Danny Welbeck either side of half time. Fabian Hürzeler, well, he wanted to rewrite Brighton's FA Cup history, and he started here in the Northwest. Manchester United 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. The Seagulls through to the fourth round for the 5th year running.
Yeah, it's a great win, that is, Johnny. Coming to Old Trafford, beat them on their own patch 2-1. What a result. We was questioning the team selection, but Johnny, we have to eat our words, don't we? The fans who were complaining before the game have to eat their own words as well. Believe in the manager, what decisions he makes, down to him. He gets paid good money to make good big decisions. And he's made some today and they've worked out for him. So on we go to the next round. Who are we going to get?
Well, you could obviously react to who you want in the next round, of course, as well. But is there anybody that you want to pick out, Warren, in terms of that performance, or a particular aspect of the performance that you really like? Maybe out of possession, they were very, very good indeed, having to withstand the pressure. Is that something that they've managed to improve in recent weeks, and why the results have improved as well?
Yeah, I think when you top your spine of your side, Johnny, your two centre backs there, and you bring in two. Okay, Roki not experienced Premiership-wise centre-backs. I thought they did tremendous. I thought Cagoglio again was excellent. Pascal Gross times. So yes, I think it was an all-round performance. People were saying to me at half-time about the squad. I said, this is the best squad Brighton Football Club have ever had. Not the 11, the squad. I said, how can you make so many changes? I said, well, the squad has got deep. If you don't play certain players, they're not going to play games. So it's changing it. So brilliant, I think. And I'm Danny Welbeck. Okay, he run his socks off, Johnny, and he was very tired towards the end. But what a finish.
Well, maybe that's something you want to debate. Is this the best ever Albion squad that they've ever had? Warren saying they're not necessarily the best 11, but he's got options. He made 6 changes today. It paid off. The goals from Welbeck and Gruder, but we've got to mention Jason Steele as well. The first 10 minutes, Albion could have been 2-0 down, maybe even 3-0 down. He was crucial as well.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Old Trafford. Well, I'll tell you what, if the line was going to drop out, at least it did it on that second goal. Warren Aspinall alongside me. Wow, what an evening for these Albion supporters to our right, who are just celebrating as we speak. Already talking about Wembley and their chance there, Warren. But that was a really fantastic performance.
Yeah, it was a great performance. I know we're beating them, but they don't have to pull the plug on us, do they? So yes, it's a great performance, isn't it? And it just sets you on your way now. If you can make your way, and I said before the game started, you have to beat the best teams to get to the final. It's only one scalp. You need a little bit of luck in the draw, I think, now. Can we get an own tie against on a low?
When I first met Dave, we were inseparable. I loved the way he talked to me. He made me feel so special. But now, I think he spends more time on his phone.
Hey, smart speaker.
Hold on, did he just say my name? Yes, Dave, I'm listening.
Play BBC Radio Surrey.
Oh, Dave, I knew you still loved me. Playing BBC Radio Surrey.
Thanks for listening to BBC Radio Surrey on your smart speaker. Good to have you with us.
Just say, play BBC Radio Surrey.
Following the Albion in the Premier League.
BBC Radio Sussex Sport.
to Old Trafford. Thanks for bearing with us on the technical difficulties there. 0800 232 1045. Come and have a chat with us tonight. That's 0800 232 1045 to have a chat with myself and Warren Aspinall. Warren, for those who haven't seen it, talk us through that Danny Welbeck goal.
It was going into the interplay. I think Gruder just saw Danny Welbeck moving away to his left-hand side, and so he's put it on more or less a plane. I think he's taken one touch to take it away further towards the goal, and his left-footed slice on it, nearly as big as the slice what I gave to you at half-time, like I said, and it's gone right into the top corner. No goalkeeper saving that. I thought it was a tremendous strike. Gives you 2-0. And I thought towards the end we was a bit nervous. I don't know if it was the substitutions what he made, putting 3 centre-backs on. I thought you're inviting a little bit of pressure, and I thought the two wing backs at the time couldn't get out, but then we got a grip of the game. But towards the end, Fernandes was just running the show, picking the ball up and putting crosses in, and they got the goal from the corner. And then to be fair, they had a couple of chances towards the end, didn't they? And we come away with a 2-1 win. So yes, I'm just delighted that we got the win and into the next round.
Yeah, fantastic result. Andrew, evening. You're an Albion fan.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, you're. I think you're a little bit in and out. What did you make of that? And I think we're struggling to get him. We'll try and get Andrew back. That number again, just to call us this evening. Come and celebrate with us, Seagulls fans. 0800 232 1045 is the number to call. Warren, in terms of that discussion we had pre-match, how many Albion fans might be eating humble pie tonight? Because there was a lot of negativity. Yeah, there was loads.
Yeah, and that's full of balls kicked. I think you have to pick or back the manager when he makes decisions, and he's made some big decisions tonight, and they've done very well. And that's what I said. I'm saying the squad is so deep now, and previous years. Okay, previous years better starting 11. If I'm really honest, but the squad to make 6 changes against a Man United side and come away with a win. Well, that's how deep the squad is.
Trevor from Burgess Hill, evening.
I'm not from Burgess Hill.
Oh, you're not. You're not. You're another Trevor.